only little sliver of light coming. That if Guru Dutt was making this movie in black and white, then VK Murthy would have loved to light this thing, with a little sliver of light, and Guru Dutt there stands sort of that pose. But it's hot. I mean, to come to the point, it's hot. So he thinks it'll do something, and for all the low spin, slow low spin, slow low spin, both sides, including Chennai, have gone as only 2 spinners.
Yeah, that is true. This little green kind of situation. But let's talk about MS Dhoni for a second. Joy, how many IPLs do you think he has in him? My prediction is he's going to play 20 and 21, because 21 is coming up in a few months, hopefully. Fingers crossed. You don't know where the world is going right now, but still, if he comes on and plays, of course, in that April as well, 2, do you think he has more? Do you think he has less? What do you think?
So I guess the little bird from the Chennai camp told me, because they started practicing actually quite early, that they've actually said that whatever happens in this IPL, whatever happens in the IPL, they'll take a couple of months off after this, and they'll come back for training in February and train right up to April to the IPL. Because see, Dhoni is very aware that it's not just him. It's him, it's Shane Watson. A lot of these players are not playing a lot of competitive cricket. So he's very, very well aware that these guys...
At all. They're not playing any competitive cricket at all. Most of the team, like most of the core of this team, is barely playing any competitive cricket. So in a way, what would have been a disadvantage if this tournament had happened in April has sort of leveled it out, Harsha, because they've not played competitive cricket in a while, but no one's played any cricket in 6 months, especially your main Indian players haven't played any cricket anyway.
CSK is like Ocean's 11. They just go and pick up one specialist who hasn't been around for a while and then just bring him back and say, okay, you do this. But Joy is right. I mean, look at that list. How many of them are going to be playing Australia versus India, India versus England? How many? So they might as well start. But yeah, but Dhoni, look, they've picked the extra bats and really hoping against hope that Dhoni will bat 4 right through this IPL. But look at the side they've picked. They've picked Murali Vijay, Faf du Plessis, Shane Watson, Raidu, Jal, Karan, Jadeja, they've Chahar, they've got batting all the way 8-9. So my feeling is Dhoni will go back to being that back 10 over. See him batting at number 4, but and he'll use Jadhav depending on how the track goes. But I'd be interested if not, then Chennai are in a bit of trouble. One other thing on this track, I've just been looking at some numbers. It's a big ground, Abu Dhabi, and in Mumbai especially, I've come from playing on a very high boundary percentage ground. You know, boundary percentages can go 60% plus when you're playing in Abu Dhabi. They can be sort of 45, 48%. So you've got to do a lot of running over here. And yeah, your fitness will come in. It's still quite outside. So it'll be a slightly different ground from Mumbai and Bangalore and Mohali, those kind of grounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, the heat is no secret when it comes to UAE. There's obviously no day games that are happening in September. All the day games are happening in October, but they can really be sapping. And that's why we've got the Boost Stamina Meter that we will be showing to you through the tournament. And that will, of course, be tracking what else? The stamina. And we, of course, have an entire system that we will show you. But here, let's have a look at the leaderboard. This is just showing you, this is based, of course, on previous seasons. And there you go, David Warren on the top of the list. MS Dhoni. Hey, listen, call him an old man at your own risk and peril. No. Because that guy is looking, well, he's a soldier, right? I mean, you refer to people sometimes as warriors and soldiers. He's really one. He is one in reality.
What did MS Dhoni say some years ago? He says, the day someone can outpace me in the field, I will retire. So he hasn't, he's retired from India. So maybe Jadeja's outpaced in this team too. But on fitness grounds, it was never going to be an issue with MS. It was always going to be whether there's some rust that has gathered in his batting. He came up at 76, he'll put aside, he'll put out his dentures, he'll put aside his walking stick, and he'll come faster than anybody else. But
well, there you go. This is Dhoni's performance from last season. Yeah. He was Chennai's leading run getter with 416. He scored almost 65 per innings. Chennai scored almost 65 runs per innings when MS was at the crease. On an average, he scored 77.5% of his runs from running. and Dhoni also had 16 dismissals to his name. So that's why his
And he
stamina
also
score
scored a
was
strike
so
at
high.
about
But yes,
140. I think his strike rate
and
was about
so I
140 last
mean,
year.
yeah, and you're running around in this heat, the big grounds, and a lot. You're so right, such a good point, Harsha, because you come from Wankhede, which seems like the 30-yard circle it's tight, just like everything in Mumbai. It's tight, right? There's the 30-yard circle, and there's the boundary rope, right? I mean, there's your living room going into your dining room, going into your bedroom, going into your kitchen, right? That's exactly what happens.
The closest that to the Kotla.
Yeah, I mean,
the Kotla, but there's a genuine fear the boundary line would be inside the 30-yard circle.
Yeah, perhaps. You also want to keep those away from those dodgy structures at the back, right? Just like keep them away from them. Don't let a fielder get hurt. All right, we of course got to talk about Karen Pollard as well. Joy, critical performer for them, coming off CPL success. Again, sledgehammer. If you're looking at Ravindra Jadeja and Dhoni batting low, there's also this fear that Pollard may bat low, because look at the batting lineup they have. You don't want to be sending a Pollard in at 7.
Yeah, look, this will really depend on what kind of a total they are going at that point in time. If it's like 11, 12 overs and they haven't lost too many wickets, expect Pollard to go in early, because big grounds, big situation like this, you do need brute strength. He's their best late striker. So I think it's going to definitely depend on the kind of start they get. The problem out here, and this is what they've got to think about, is this is neither, if you consider in Indian conditions, what traditional IPL conditions, this is neither a day match nor a night match. It's not really an afternoon match where the first innings is okay in light and the second innings is mostly in darkness. This is okay. The first innings the light is going to fade out over the first innings. So nobody quite knows how things are going to play out. And that, I think, is going to be the most interesting aspect of it, because when conditions change, the biggest problem for teams is predicting what is a good score. Is 160 a good score? Is 170
and by the way,
a good score?
sorry to interrupt. By the way, Super Kings haven't been to Abu Dhabi at all. They've not trained in Abu Dhabi. They've not seen the ground before. They've been in Dubai. They've just about come to Abu Dhabi, figure out the dimensions, figure out how it's going to play. But something dramatic has just happened, Gaurav. Something very dramatic has just happened. The clock has just ticked 29 and MS Dhoni is playing. It's 1929 and MS Dhoni is playing.
I'm not frozen. This is just me actually just feeling frozen.
437 days since he last played. 437, that's the number. The
way the two of you are spouting these numbers, I feel like I should spout a number as well. 10.5. My UK shoe size. Just thought I'd throw that in. Just was feeling left out a little bit. The fact is, I'm sitting with two intellectuals. The difference is when and somebody says pi, they think 3.14, and I think yum yum. Yeah, that's the difference that you have. But the thing with Mumbai again, batting order.
159.
The fact is, I know that if I wrap the show up and I let you keep going, you'll go till the mid show. You'll keep going. it's just both of you will keep going. Just keep going. We can just have a live broadcast of that. The two of you just.
Sorry.
I feel like sometimes teams should have people who they don't like that much. I'll tell you why I'm saying. Right? Rohit loves Surya Kumar Yadav. Mumbai loves, the team loves Saurabh Tiwari. Pandya brothers, no secret. Pollard is one of their, most loved people. So sometimes a team, when you love too many people too much, you're always saying, oh God, who do I sign first? There should be one or two in there who you don't love that much. Just love a little less. Those members of your family who you just love a little less. Just a bit. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be tricky to see who comes where, because they have some solid bats. And of course, I'm very excited to see Hardik Pandya back in action, because we've seen on social media, you've seen he's looking fit, not played too much cricket in the last 2 years. Harsha, excited to see him. He is so important to Indian cricket.
I mean, fathers are not supposed to look so ribbed, right? Fathers now slowly have got to start looking a little different. They've got to start looking like fathers. He hasn't played for a while. The last time he played in that DY Patil game, he hit some 140 in some 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever balls. sixes for fun. But if he is fit, he plays such a big role because the tracks slow down. He'll bowl cutters. If the tracks are quick, he'll still bowl seam up. Remember, he's got, but he'll still be a force to reckon with. But yeah, he's not played a lot of cricket in recent times. But we just saw the Chennai list, right? Compared to the Chennai list, he's played compared to how little Chennai has played.
Yeah, that is true. So there's a lot of exciting players, both sides, that you want to see in action, and there's so much more than just cricket, right? It's going to be psychological, it's going to be emotional, it's going to be intensely physical. Remember, there's a pandemic happening, and most of these players have not played cricket in a long time. So I think the one thing that we wish for, besides a cracking game of cricket, is just that everyone is safe, everyone is healthy, and this tournament plays out its entire course till the 10th of November. Well, as you know, we're a show for the fans, by the fans. We're all fans, and you can ask questions as well. So you can ask us questions. We have our panel over here, Ask CricBuzz Live. So you can send in your questions on this hashtag on social media. And we have a question that has come in already. Question has come in before I announced it. Interesting. Is this a plant? Oh, no, it's not. Here it is. Rohit Babbar has asked, because there's got to be a lot of Rohits on any cricket game. Do you think Kane Williamson is the best replacement for MS Dhoni as... Ooh, that's an interesting question, considering Kane's calm and cool nature and that he will probably not be in... Ooh, I like this. Left field question. Harsha, would you like to go first?
In terms of profile, perfect fit. If the coach outlives the captain, the coach comes from New Zealand, understands Kane Williamson, where Kane Williamson very understated, very correct, very, that kind. Chennai are a very sort of understated kind of side. If they have to do that, then they have to find a way to get the 21 IPL. I know that as things stand, there may not be a big auction, but they've got to try and get him in there. He'll be a really good choice because there is nobody else. I mean, if Team Watson can't be captain, Faf du Plessis is not going to be around for too long. You don't know what the future is for Suresh Raina. I don't know if they'll take a punt with someone like a Ravindra Jadeja, because Murli Vijay is the youngest either. So they'll have to go looking for a captain, and they cannot look further than Kane Williamson. Will be an excellent choice.
Yes, and Hyderabad would perhaps be open for a trade or a sale, because with Warner and Bairstow playing there, it's difficult for Kane Williamson to get a look in. You wait for, which is the joy factor question, because you asked us a question. Now we're going to ask you a question. You thought your question was tough, huh? Rohit? Wait till the good professor tells you his question. Sir, thodi izzat rakh lena, thoda mushkil. Tough question. Please ask tough question. Tough.
Okay, no, this is it's the 19th of September, and my question is: St. Helens Rugby and Cricket Ground, Swansea, Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai, Warner Sporting Stadium, Basseterre, which is in the West Indies. Which is the next city on the list? And the only considered hint I'll give you is, ladies and gentlemen,
don't. It's too simple already. Don't. It's too simple already. The answers have already must have started coming.
Yeah, I think the kind of people that we have, no more hints. Done.
I don't even think you gave a hint. You just gave us the date. The date is the hint. It's the 19th of September.
I say no more.
Oh, I know the answer. Spy.
That's 14th of March.
That's 14th of March.
Pi Day, 14th of March, yeah.
This is getting way too nerdy for me. So send in your answers, all right? Send in your answers. Hashtag Joy Factor, hashtag CricBuzz Live. So send in your answers. We already have a few answers that have come in. That was a very difficult question. I'm still trying to figure out what that last city is. Basera Tera? Tera Basera. Tera Chauda, Bara Tera? What was it? What was that?
Baster, underground, Baster, possibly.
I just want all our fans who are sitting over there to know that I am your connect, right? I am the common man. Not these people, not these Nobel Prize winners. I am your connect, right? Okay, well, that's it. It's time for us to go now. Quick predictions from our gentleman over here. We just asked you a quick question. What is that, Harsha? What do you have in your hands?
I'm locked into my room. That's the only date I can have. I thought I'll crack a bad joke.
Is that the 19th of September? Is that the date? Are you talking about Abu Dhabi? Are you talking about Dubai? Is that the clue? No,
The date.
This is such a bad joke.
This
is such a bad
It's terrible.
God.
Such a bad joke. Just wanted to end on a very mortal note.
I think
your score prediction, gentlemen.
I think
Mumbai batting first.
Yeah. Disappointed if they don't make 180.
180. I'll give you ±5. Joy, your turn.
164.
Your My 11 Circle badge of honor. Let's see who can get that. I'll throw my hat in the ring as well. I would say 173. So there you go. So you got 164, 173, and 180. What is yours?
180.
180.
सर देखिए बीच पे जाके तो बैठ नहीं सकते तो बीच में ही जाके बैठ गए right that's all we have time for. My 11 Circle presents Cricket Buzz Live. We of course will be here as soon as the 20 overs are done, so please join us mid innings, and of course we will be back in the 10th over with Cricket Buzz Combox, so stay tuned for that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Big thank you to Harsha Bhogle and Joy Bhattacharya. We'll be here through this game of course, and through the next 4 days. I'm Gaurav Kapoor. We'll catch you soon.